Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, owners of cars vandalized at a stadium urged to file report. Commander for St. Andrews Central Police Division, Acting Senior Superintendent Rory Martin, is urging the owners of vehicles that were vandalized at the football match on Monday at the National Stadium to make a report to the stadium police. The video shows the damage to the windows of several cars, which appeared to have been broken into in a car park outside the stadium. But Martin said the stadium police have only received 3 reports following the Confederation of North Central America and the Caribbean Association Football Nations League A football match on Monday. One in relation to the theft of a car, which was recovered, and the 2 reports of break-ins in 2 vehicles in which the owners lost the properties. No other reports have been made at the other police stations in the division. We are aware of a video making the rounds on social media. I have seen the video, but I can't speak to the authenticity of that video. I want to encourage persons who are in fact victims of car break-ins. We need them to report it because the only way we can fix a problem is if we know about it, he said. So I am recommending that if persons were so impacted or affected that they make the reports so we can properly analyze what is happening there so we can fix it, he concluded. IC chairman not in favor of gag order on MPs being investigated under Integrity Commission Act. Chairman of the Integrity Commission, retired Justice Seymour Panton, declared on Tuesday that he is not in favor of a provision in the Integrity Commission Act that prohibits members of Parliament under investigation for alleged corruption from publicly commenting on the matter. There has been much debate on whether more information should be released to the public on parliamentarians under investigation for alleged illicit enrichment. The public has been told by Parliament that a section of the Act prevents a disclosure of the names of those being investigated. But addressing the day's sitting of the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee of Parliament, Justice Panton said he did not agree with the gag order, which prevents the accused members from speaking about the investigation against them.
The section says nobody is to speak about the thing, but I can't see why I am involved in a situation and I cannot speak about it. That is my interpretation of the law. It doesn't follow, although I think I'm right, it doesn't follow that I'm right.
I'm going to ask the chairman, is your interpretation of the law consistent with the Integrity Commission's interpretation of the law? If it is consistent with the Integrity Commission's interpretation of the law on this particular matter. It's a very important matter because there have been public comments made that no individual can speak on a matter until it's tabled, even if you are the subject of an investigation. But the chairman...
No, I don't share that view.
Right. But is that
I share the view that the commission and other people should not be speaking about matters as forbidden by the legislation. However, in my view, and as I say, it's my view, that a declarant can speak about himself.
PNP calls on Holness to condemn Warmington's media attacks. The People's National Party is calling on Prime Minister Andrew Holness to take immediate action against what it says are dangerous and escalating attacks on the media by his party member, Everald Warmington. During a recent speech at the Jamaica Labour Party's Area Council 2 conference, Warmington once again targeted the RJR Gleaner Communications Group, vowing to intensify his campaign against the group despite mounting criticism. In a statement early Tuesday, the PNP said this inflammatory rhetoric threatens the safety of journalists and undermines Jamaica's democratic values. Noting Warmington's history of abusive behavior towards the media, including making obscene gestures, using expletives, and disrespecting journalists during interviews, the opposition PNP said Holness has not held him accountable, which it said raises serious concerns about the Prime Minister's commitment to press freedom. While Prime Minister Holness has publicly supported press freedom, his failure to condemn Mr. Warmington's behavior is deeply concerning. Warmington's claims to secure a third JLP term by any means necessary reflects an alarming departure from responsible political discourse. His personal attacks on journalists cross a line, endangering press safety and integrity, the PNP said. The party further noted a statement from Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris Dixon at a post-cabinet briefing last week, underscoring the importance of not attacking the media. Even if it's a hard question, they are doing their job, Dr. Dixon had said. However, the PNP said, despite her comments, no condemnation of Warmington's actions have been issued, leaving a glaring inconsistency. The PNP said it remains committed to supporting press freedom and upholding democratic values, and urged the Press Association of Jamaica to foster a national dialogue promoting respect between political actors and the media. MOCA empowered to investigate and prosecute a broader range of offenses. Members of the Senate have approved the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency Amendment of First Schedule Order, which will empower the agency to investigate and prosecute a broader range of serious matters. The legislation was piloted by Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, during the recent sitting of the Senate. She noted that the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency is an invaluable and effective tool in the fight against organized criminal activity in Jamaica, and the order is designed to strengthen the agency's investigative scope, further strengthening Jamaica's security architecture. She explains that the order seeks to amend the first schedule of the MOCA Act to expand the pool of offenses for which the agency may proceed against the persons associated with or otherwise involved in organized criminal activity. The pieces of legislation from which offenses will be pulled include the Larceny Act 1942, Forgery Act 1942, Criminal Justice and Administration Act 2014, Road Traffic Act 2018, Firearms Prohibition Restriction and Regulation Act 2022, Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act 1966, Fisheries Act 2018, Predial Larceny Prevention Act, and the common law offenses to include misconduct of public office, conspiracy, cheating the public revenue, and inchoate offenses. Senator Johnson-Smith said that MOCA is the first agency of its kind in Jamaica, and the value added to law enforcement by MOCA over the past decade speaks for itself. Since January 2020 to present, MOCA has conducted approximately 98 targeted operations, resulting in a total of 85 persons being arrested, 84 of which were formally charged, she said. The minister said the government will continue to review laws and to fortify the legislative framework to ensure that they are best aligned with the needs of the security forces in the pursuit of the fight against the crime and the violence. Phillips to be charged with breaching Integrity Commission Act, but the MP says he is fully compliant. Manchester North-Western Member of Parliament Michael Phillips is to be charged with breaching the Integrity Commission Act for failing to submit his statutory declaration for the period ending December 31, 2022. However, Phillips had already stated that he has since met all his obligations under the Act. The ruling by the Integrity Commission's Director of Corruption Prosecution states that there is a prima facie evidence that Phillips breached the requirements under Section 39 and 41 of the Act and is therefore liable for prosecution. Both the ruling and the Integrity Commission's investigation report on Phillips were tabled in Parliament on Tuesday, October 15, 2024, a week after being sent to the House. According to the Commission's Director of Investigation, Phillips failed to submit the requisite statutory declaration to the Commission by the due date and provided no reasonable cause for his failure to do so. The Director of Investigation said that a notice to discharge liability was served on Phillips on May 30, 2023, giving him 21 days to pay the fixed penalty of $250,000 to Tax Administration Jamaica and submit the outstanding statutory declaration to the Commission. The Commission said that the checks made with the information and the Complaints Division revealed that on May 31, 2023, Prior to the expiration of the notice to discharge a liability, Phillips provided the outstanding declaration. However, the payment of fixed penalty was not made by the legislator. This was confirmed by a certificate of non-payment of fixed penalty received from Tax Administration Jamaica, which was submitted to the Commission on June 26, 2023. The Director of Investigation said in his report, which he referred to the Director of Corruption Prosecution for consideration. However, last Friday, Phillips issued a statement saying that while his submission was late, he had complied with all the Commission's requirements. I wish to state that my 2022 statutory declaration was unfortunately late due to a delay in getting all the relevant documents. Shortly after the deadline, the documents were submitted, and I have since fully complied with all the requirements, the parliamentarian said. As a public servant, I take my responsibilities seriously, and while the statutory declaration was delayed, it is not connected with illicit enrichment. All my statutory declarations have been certified, and the late filing penalty of $250,000 has been paid, he added. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.